In life, sometimes you have to fail, and if you're like me, sometimes you have to fail in a spectacular way. It's about 6 years ago, I get my first big audition. Got myself an agent, and I got myself my first big audition. And it was for a BBC comedy pilot created by the guy who created Phone Jacker, and the casting director was one of the biggest casting directors in the whole of the UK and Ireland. So got the script, learnt it. The script then said something like, my character such and such picks up the frying pan, plays like a banjo. So I thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bring my ma's frying pan to the audition. Wouldn't that be mad? Wouldn't that be a great idea? It wasn't a great idea. You know what? I'm going to stand out here. What would Jack Nicholson do? What would Dennis Hopper do? They would go in and they would blow the door off. So I rock in, and they were lovely. Yeah, the casting director, she brought me in, and the guy who created Phone Jacker was there, and they got me to audition. So they say something like, when you're ready, Chris. So you could see them wondering, what the hell's he got his backpack for? And I'm thinking, I'm gonna go for it, Chris. So I whip out the frying pan, and they look at me. And usually they say, don't bring anything to an audition, just bring yourself, let your talent do the talking, and that's good advice. Alright, that's brilliant advice. So I thought I'd bring my ma's frying pan, but I couldn't get it out of the bag. I was struggling. What's your man up? Looking at me. And I'm like, I think they're looking at each other going, who is this clampet? So I walked out of the audition and I said to myself, definitely not getting that. And I was all annoyed, and as you do get annoyed. And just being honest, as an actor you get a lot of rejection and stuff and you get annoyed. And I f***ed up. I walked out and I was a wee bit down, to be honest, and I thought, this is an awful feeling. This is my big chance, and I messed it up by being an agent. I rang my agent up and said, Janice, I've messed up. And she was like, darling, don't worry about it, on to the next one, your talent will be seen. And she believes in me. I am feeling all down in the dumps, but in a few months after that, I was talking to the guy who actually got the part, and he was saying, mate, they were all talking about this guy with the frying pan who brought a frying pan to the audition. Was it you? And I'm like, okay, it was me, alright, are you happy? You got the part, alright? It was me, don't rub it in. Being a bit dramatic. They love me apparently, and they actually were saying to each other, we should get that guy in. And I thought all was lost, but the story didn't end there. So I get a call for an audition from the casting director, and I thought, jeez, I thought it was all lost there. And I turn up the audition, and she opens the door, and I'm like, holy, and she opens me with this big smile, and she says, Chris, every time I think of you and your mother's frying pan. Is it okay if I tell the director and the producer? And I'm like, yeah. And she tells him the director and the producer are laughing their heads off. And you know what? I got the part.